Hello, all you beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of Polybridge. Today's episode, we'll be doing 3.6 through 3.10 in Snowdrift. And it was fairly difficult, but I got 100% on it, so I'm going to show you how I did it. So in this one, what we did was build a bridge. Let's go back and delete that. Make sure a grid's on for this. Build a road to here, build a road to here. Build your little truss. You can go ahead and copy this at this point. And we want wood from here all the way down to this one. Now, I don't know the exact percentages I used. I remember somewhat of what they were, but I do not remember the exact percentages. So, make sure you're connected properly. You want 2 for those. You want 2 for these. I'm fairly certain you want 2 for these. For some reason, it might be 1, but we'll cross that bridge when we get here. But, fairly certain this one was around 24 for contract, and I think this one was expanding 28-ish. So let's start there and see what happens. And I think this is the first level, so let's see what happens. Oh, what'd I mess up? First thing is, told you over here, make sure these are correct. I obviously did not. I thought they were 1, but I wanted to make sure. What are we breaking here? Oh, almost. So we gotta turn this expansion down, which is fine, and see what happens. We're just ripping it right off. Still too much. Let's turn this down to 5, see what that does. Alright, so after some finagling, we got it to work. Somehow this one is at 50, or not 50, 30. And then this one over here is at 25. So it looks exactly the same. Let's go ahead and hit the start button, see what happens. Not sure why that one worked better than the others, but as long as it works. 100%. So we're in the green here, in the green here, in the green here. Alright, so this one was a little tricky the first time I did it. I want to try to go all the way down here. Like that. Can hold this up right here. You need a little slip road. For that guy. You can connect it with this. Need 1 piece of steel here. And then you need a decent truss all the way down the side here. All right, let's go ahead and give it a shot. And there we go. That is 3-7 completed. Almost broke here, but we made it under budget and everything worked out. Now this one was definitely tricky. You have to go through and retest this one like 4 or 5 times before you can get it right. First thing you want to do is build that. Then you need a nice little support over on this side. Just like this. Turn that grid off. Drag this into the wall here. So now he's going to fly off. You need to catch him on a little little like swinging ramp kind of. So the first one you want facing this side, and these are gonna need to be beefy. So let's go ahead and run this real quick, see if we can catch it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the speed down to 50 just so we can catch exactly where he is. So that's almost perfect. Now all we got to do is make sure that the second swing catches him mid-flight, and that's the trickiest part about this. So typically, since this one's on this side, you want this one kind of swinging perpendicular, and we're going to try to put it a little bit smaller. So we're going to do something like this, have a little bit less road, because we have to catch it. So smaller targets are going to be harder to catch it, but it should have more strength to it also. So we catch it there, and we blast it there. So let's go ahead and drop these down a little bit. Give that a shot. Oh man, if that didn't break, that would have worked. Let's see, let's try to drop this down a little bit more. Let's see what happens. I want to see if we can get it to work just like this. Oh man. See what happens there. Hey. Oh man, that's not how I did it the first time, but it was similar. But yeah, that worked out perfect. So that's essentially what you got to do for that level. We got everything under budget, nothing broke. So mission complete. Ooh. All right, now this one was kind of tricky. As you can see, you only have 4 roads in total. So your first thing you should do is go like this, because your first car is A. It goes up, collects the star, goes down to A. Second car, C, goes down. You have to have the bridges go down. Collects the star, goes back up to C. Then it goes E, which does the exact same thing car A does, which is go up, goes down, gets the flag. So with that being said, you need junctions on all of these. Go ahead and put that there. You need a small, for example, you can go and delete this first. I'll show you why in a little bit. But essentially you need a small truss right here on the road. Why is that not connecting? There we go. So you need to connect just like that. And then you want to put a piece of road right here. Or, yeah, piece of wood right there. And then you want to connect a hydraulic to here. Zoom in. You want this hydraulic to expand roughly 28%. I remember this one because it was super tricky. You want to make sure, one more thing, put these in. And the hardest part about this is if the first time it doesn't work, I mean, I could go ahead and show you real quick. Let me go ahead and copy this. All right, put that there. So the first issue that you end up having with this, the first road is going to be fine. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, then it's going to disconnect. So the hardest part about this is making sure that all these pieces are connecting to the right joint. So we'll go ahead and put it at 100, hit play, and I'll show you what I mean, because this first time, I think it like bends your bridge in half, or it just falls off altogether. So yeah, you want to hit try again, and they fell off over here. So you want to make sure that that's connected to the 1, and I think you want to make sure this is connected to the 1, and then you want the road to be able to move up. Same thing over here, you want the road to be able to move up. I'm assuming the bigger one is the road. You want the road to be able to move up. And let's see what happens if that works. Might have done it wrong, might have done it backwards, but yeah, I definitely did it backwards. All right, try this again. So yeah, the hardest part about this is getting the roads to connect to the right location. So I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and show you what I got. All right, welcome back. So to configure it properly, you need, looks like both these wood pieces to connect to the outside. You need the small road to connect to the outside, or the 1. Same down here, 2 pieces on the green, 1 piece on the red. 2 pieces green, 1 piece red. It's got to be in that order though, because it has to be, I think the 1 is the wood piece. So you need both wood pieces on separate, and the road and this wood piece on the green. But yeah, that's how I have it set up. As I said, the expand's about 28% there. The only reason I switched this, it used to be a piece of wood, as you can see over here. Only reason I switched this is because it kept breaking. You can see we're way under budget. So the reason I switched it out is because it kept breaking, and when I switched this over to a hydraulic, I have it set to just hold the length. It doesn't move at all, and that has more strength than the piece of wood, and it doesn't break. So that's the only reason I switched that. But let's go ahead and hit play. Now the tricky part is, for this side, you have to have it line up perfectly here, because if the car flies off, or if it runs into the road, it will actually break the bridge. So if you're having that issue, you need to change how the expansion is. You need to literally line up at those dots. But that is 3.9, fairly easy. Once I got the bridge figured out, it was fairly easy. It took me a while. I want to say it took me like an hour to figure out how to get to that bridge. Okay, and now we're on 310. So 310 is fairly difficult, only in the sense that it took me a while, again, to figure out which kind of bridge to use. The first thing you got to do, tracing tool. Love this thing. Now you wanted to bring it as close to the balloon as you can, but you can see that the taxi here has this little piece on top. So make sure that you're putting that into account, because it will hit the balloon and it will start causing an issue for your bridge. Go ahead and fill that in with road. Now we're going to go ahead and make sure the grid is off. You want to do these little dangles of road down here, or wood. I don't know why I keep calling it road. Wood. Do these little dangles. want to do this all the way across. Oh, don't want that. Keep going. Alright, so now that you have all that, make sure these outside ones are all the way up against the wall. Now we want to use rope. So the reason they call it an underbridge is because you're essentially building a little part underneath the bridge. So go ahead and move over, rope this up some more, undo. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because I want to be able to see the whole bridge. And then you want to go ahead and start doing this. You're eventually going to do this on both sides, and it's going to make like a X pattern in the middle. Just like this. Now, after you're done with this, there's only one more step. I tried it without this step. The bridge failed almost immediately, so you need to put 2 pieces of steel on each side. You can see we're almost over budget, but this works out perfect, or at least it did when I tried it. So let's go ahead and see what happens. And I did exactly what I told you not to do. Yeah, but like I said, you could see that the car actually goes ahead and taps the bottom of the balloon here, shoves the car down into the bridge, and the whole bridge just goes with it. So I'm going to go ahead and fix it, and I'll be right back. All right. So here we are back at the finished project, and you can see it's close, but I moved everything down a little bit and you can see how close I really get. Oof. Almost want to go slower. Let me go slower just to see how close that really is. Wow. Whew. That's close, for sure. Yeah, made it work. And that's how I did the bridge. So, with that being said, thank you for watching. Happy holidays, because I know it's about that time. And I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for giving me your time. And I really hope to see you in the next episode. Take care.